Good afternoon, family, and welcome back to another episode of GodSpeed, where we provide you a weekly market overview for the Lexus LC500. Some really unique options on the market this week, and my top 3 opportunities focus on a newly listed L-certified 2018 sports package for only $61,000, a 2021 sports package with only 8,000 miles, and a unique opportunity on a 2021 touring package with the 21-inch wheels and only 1,000 miles on the odometer. All right, family, let's get into tonight's episode. But before we do, I greatly appreciate your continued support. Please do subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Unique opportunity we have on this first vehicle tonight. This is a 2021 Lexus LC500. Family, this is the touring package. However, we've got these gorgeous 21-inch wheels already added from the sports package, okay? We've got the exterior color in the ultra white, which is shining beautifully right here, followed by this amazingly untouched toasted caramel interior. Now, this is the touring package, but wow, you can tell. I mean, this thing looks like it literally just rolled off the showroom floor. Again, that Alcantara top for the toasted caramel is where you really get a chance to see the textures. Guys, this thing is absolutely pristine, right? When we jump out here, I'm going to just take a few seconds to look at the rest of these photos, right? We still got the original little yellow plastic stuff that's underneath the seat. The floor mats. No scratches or scuffs on the door seals right there. I mean, no creases and cracks. A little bit of wear right there on that side bolstering, but my gosh, is it ever so light. Passenger side looks like it's never been sat in. There's that amazing carbon fiber. And, it's great that we get to see a picture here, because not a lot of people, until you really get a bit more intimate with this vehicle, know that the doors are made of that composite carbon fiber. The interesting thing is, too, which I didn't know until ownership, was the trunk. If you guys pop open that back trunk, you'll see the trunk lined in that carbon fiber composite as well, right? But a gorgeous offering here. Man, let's take a quick look at some of the deets on this, guys. There's that glass top that we get from that touring package as well. Take a look at the deets on this one, family, and we're going to get an amazing 1,216 miles on this vehicle. And that's why this is truly a unique opportunity right now. Yes, it's a touring package, although, like we said, guys, there's not a bad package to get these LC500s on. And I think, honestly, when you get the 21-inch options on the touring package, I mean, you've kind of handled majority of the things that you just really want from that sports package. The only thing that's outstanding at this point, in my opinion, yes, the Alcantara seats is a really, nice to have from a visual perspective, but from what we've discussed in the, chats before, the touring package offer a little bit more of a comfortable ride. And then, of course, the limited slip differential. But I think these are things that, man, are not necessarily deal breakers, right? I think they're just going to hit, particular preferences of the opportunities for the owners. When we look at the additional data on this, we got 0 accidents, a 1 owner on this one, and family, yes, it is $79,991, right? Showing that it's a little bit below market. And that's because you just don't see that many of these opportunities where this is almost a brand new vehicle, right? Remember, this thing came out for about $99,000 plus tax, tag, and title back in 2017, late 2017, early 2018. So you've still shaved off at least 20 grand off this thing. And in order to only have 1,200 miles, you got to know it's been babied, right? We jump out here at the actual dealership, and what we get is we get access to this Carfax, which we don't expect to see much out here with the exception of confirmation on the Carfax One owner. There it is. We get to see that this was a Florida car, okay? And guys, we don't see much other than that, right? No service details on this one, which, let's face it, you would absolutely hope this thing has been serviced. I think a quick phone call to the Lexus dealership is going to help you. Give them that VIN number. They'll help fill in the gaps where we don't see it on the Carfax. So, family, unique opportunity here. Yes, this is a bit pricey, for a bit pricier for a 2021, since we start to see a lot of these now creeping into the high 60s, but definitely not a crazy ask if you're looking for something that's got these amazingly unique low miles of only 1,200. Okay. Next up, we've got a truly good opportunity that's coming in right at that $60,000 price point. This is a 2018 Lexus LC500, right? When we look at the exterior, we got this gorgeous Nightfall mica, which is that darker blue, like a really executive royal blue color, right, for the exterior. All right, looks to be in good shape. Now, guys, they're actually in the process. I did reach out to Bill Lum out at the Lexus dealership. I'm going to have his information right there at the top of the screen if you're interested in this vehicle. He mentioned that the vehicle is actually in prep right now, so I wasn't able to actually get the spec sheet, the certification spec sheet, because they're still in the process of getting this ready for sale. But he's mentioned too that they've got about 10 folks who've already called on this car. So if you're interested in this one, definitely reach out to Bill and kind of get a placeholder conversation starting with him so that you can have first opportunities to jump on this one, or at least inspect it and see if this is going to meet what you're looking for. Okay. All right. So great pictures here, right? We've got a aftermarket carbon fiber spoiler on this one, which I think looks absolutely amazing, right? Look like they've also blacked out the bottom piece right here. So that's either going to be wrap or it just could be some iodized aluminum where they've done that. I've seen that online options. It's also got the carbon fiber top pieces over the rear tail lights. So that little chromish or plastic look that a lot of people kind of get aggravated with, right? We've got the carbon fiber put on that. That's more than likely carbonatic on that. Let me see too now if we've got, I'm going to see really quickly. I don't think we've got anything on the front of this car. It's such a dark color. It's hard to tell if we've got, definitely don't have carbon fiber right there. Might have carbon fiber on the windows or the side view mirrors right there. Have to take a look at that once we see it up close and personal, okay? When we jump on the inside of the vehicle, we got that gorgeous black interior on this one. This is the sports package, so we get the Alcantara inserts right there as well as in the back seats. This one's going to have the limited slip differential on it as well. And it looks to be in really good shape, right? Okay, let's jump back out at the rest of the data on this one. 51,000 miles on the speedometer for this, right? But, you know, again, family, we're talking about a vehicle that is roughly 6 years old. So this is very much still underneath the 10,000 miles per year allotment. So you definitely do have a vehicle that's in the average to low mileage for this year, okay? All right, when we look at any accidents or anything of that nature, 0 accidents, 4 previous owners on this one. Let's jump out real quick to the actual website, and we'll see that we've got some additional pictures out here, but more importantly, we get access to this Carfax, right? We jump over to the Carfax. Let's get to know a little bit more. I'm not going to go through all of the owners on this one, but let's go to the final owner and see what we can see about any services or anything like that done. And interestingly enough, not a lot to see on this one as it relates to services. Yeah, I think we're going to, again, the beautiful thing with this, because it's going to be L certified, guys, we can just go ahead and ask the dealer, you know, particularly we just ask Bill if he can provide us with the actual service record. He'll drop in that VIN number right here into their system, and he can give you a full printout of all the services that's been done at any Lexus or Toyota dealership here in the United States, okay? All right, family, so I think this is going to be a tremendous opportunity. Might require somebody who, you know, is ready to move right now. But remember, at $61,000, yes, that is a fair deal, right? It's about $1,200 above market. But what we've got to take into consideration is this is L certified. We also have to understand what they're going to repair or replace as a part of that L certification readiness. And then last but not least, right, we've got 2 years bumper to bumper warranty. And guys, we also get those next services done for free, which means that for the next, 20,000 miles or 4 years, 2 years, we're going to be able to get free services. And that's going to also cover our 60,000 mile service, which is one of the more expensive services. So there's at least $1,000 with that service alone, and another $250 to $500 with the other services. So guys, you got an easy $2,000 worth of no out-of-pocket services for the next year, which would, effectively bring this down to a $59,000 price point. So if you're looking for a average mile Lexus LC500, you're looking for something that's lower on the price point, and you want something that's got that L certification to it, family, absolutely check this one out. And last but not least is this really exciting 2021 Lexus LC500 being brought to us by CarMax. Now, this is obviously in that amazing ultra white exterior, right? Doesn't look like we've got anything touched on this one, right? No, actually, I don't even think the tint has been touched on this one. If it is extremely light. Maybe it's a little bit dark right here. So double check and see if that is carbon fiber right there. Let's see if we got any additional pictures. Yeah, it looks a little dark, or it just could be the shading. But I'm willing to bet that if that is indeed carbon fiber, because we don't have any of the other carbon fiber pieces on here that are really much more obvious and more desirable, typically tend to be the first carbon fiber products that you pick up for the LC500, I would say that that's probably OEM carbon fiber, okay? Still, you got to check that out for yourself, all right? This is a sports package, right? We've got those 21-inch wheels. We've got this gorgeous circuit red interior, which came in the 2021 as opposed to the darker Merlot, or actually this color right here, more closer to this color right here that we see, which is Rioja red in the 2018s to 2020s, okay? This one also has the weather mats that are in there. That's about $150 to pick up after sale. Vehicle looks to be in pristine condition. I mean, take a look at the bolstering. I mean, the Alcantara looks absolutely great. The leather is extremely tight. Guys, this one looks impeccable, right? When we get back out to the deets on this one, we're going to be able to see real quickly why it looks impeccable. It's only got 8,300 miles on this vehicle, right? Which is extremely underneath the the mileage range, right, for this car, right? It's 3 years old now. You would anticipate it having somewhere between 20 to 30,000 miles on it, but that's absolutely not the case with this one. And coming in at this amazing price point of $78,998, I mean, again, we're seeing prices on 21s, in the 69 all the way up to the 80s, mid 80s, right? So to see something like this right here, hardtop sports package with the extremely low miles, very much justifying this price point, right? Especially if the condition is everything that the pictures are showing here in person, then I can absolutely understand why we're seeing a price point of $78,998 for this vehicle. 0 accidents, 1 previous owner. That's also pushing the price up on this one as well. When we jump over to the actual dealership, right, again, this is the CarMax site, right? We get to see a couple extra photos. Love the fact, looks like we got the regular car mats, which is another $150 in the back. So if you want to swap those out, which I actually like the carpet. I mean, if you're going to be driving this LC daily, maybe those weather ones are good, but the carpet is the way to go for the sleekest look possible. 2 keys, right? That's a key replacement on these bad boys are at $550. So, again, I know all this stuff came with the vehicle originally, but sometimes owners misplace these items, right? So I'm just kind of bringing that value into you. The other thing I love about, the fact that we're talking about a CarMax vehicle here is that, listen, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, right? So, they're talking about shipping this to me for $99, right? You can reserve it. You can buy it directly online. But what I love about this is specifically for out-of-state buyers, right? You have an opportunity at a very low investment. Now, this number is going to change. Okay, I've seen it as high as $250, but for a small investment, you can have this 2 things happen pretty instantly. Number 1, you can reserve it, right? Which means that, listen, nobody else can beat you to the punchline. Number 2, you can have it shipped closer to you so that you might be out of pocket $100 or even a couple $100, but you've got the convenience of once it arrives, it's at your store, it's in your city, and you're much better positioned to pick this thing up than having to drive it out of town or fly out of town and then figure out how you're going to ship it back, right? So let's take a quick look at the actual, not a Carfax report on this one. This is the Experian Auto Check report. Very comparable, right? But, with 8,000 miles, what we're really looking for is to double check the odometer reading, check. We're looking to see if this thing has been in auction, which, you know, again, a lot of times some of these vehicles do come through auction, so I don't brandish it because of that. But what I do like to make sure is that we don't have any accidents on this bad boy, and we confirm that it is indeed a one owner vehicle, which it is. Okay, right. When we look at some of the service records on this one, right, we've got some services performed to the tires, we've got battery replaced, oil change done, obviously, and that's about the extent, you know, what we're seeing here. I would anticipate that this vehicle probably saw an oil change at least once, you know, every year, just to kind of keep those fluids in good shape. But definitely check the tires on this one. You know, I don't think you're going to have any issues with the brakes. If you did not like the performance pads, you might see those on here. So you might hear a little bit of squeaking, but that's just a part of the performance pad. But family, I mean, if you're looking for a 2021 LC500, you want this gorgeous candy cane option. You love that brighter circuit red, and you've got a few extra pennies to spend on something that's got extremely low miles. I think you're going to want to check this one out.